Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be looking at Winter Wonderland, which just went live for us. So we'll be looking through what's new, and we'll be giving thoughts on it, saying, hey, how does this compare? Will these ever be used? Are they immediately going in the trash bin? Is anyone going to be super interested in these? They could be great. Let's take a look. I haven't seen them before. I'm going into this blind. So, we have Peppermint Bark. Okay, we're looking at almost like a Jinx inspired there. Oh, we're crossing fandoms here, going into League there, but we see that's usable. It's not a significant change, obviously. Pink hair, the pigtails there. It's something. We've got the peppermint effectively all over there, the candy cane type thing. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I'd have to take another look at her other skins. Let's in fact do that to take a quick look at her other skins just to compare. Is that really in the usable category? As soon as I find her. So if we look at her skins and we look at other things that we can compare to here, I'd say that's usable. Like, that's a usable skin. She's got other stuff that I think is more interesting. If we go through here, I think she has enough diversity. She has, like, the full-on night gear type thing here. She's obviously got, you know, a couple different looks on Engineer. She's got the Vampire Hunter, that Opera one, and then the Riot Police. Yeah, and then a real Hunter look here. So I think that's usable. I don't think that'll be a top-tier skin for her. I don't think this will be like, yes, this is the one that you're just going to see all over after these holidays are over, but I could see this seeing some use outside of the holidays. For sure. For sure. Mistletoe, I don't think so. I mean, it's a bit of a muted color scheme here with the dark red, the dark green. We see this for Symmetra. This is probably dead outside of the holidays here. I wouldn't expect this one to stick. Moving on to Tracer, this is uninspired. They've called it Wooltide, and yeah, they're going pretty heavy on the sweater here. Like, yeah, it's the real sweater look, and we've got the sweatery Santa hat, and we've got the Santa colors. Tracer just has good skins already. This isn't particularly inspired or interesting. So far, like, I don't think either of these are great, but I think this is just boring. Symmetra, at least, is in a place where she has a little less competition for amazing skins. Tracer has good skins, and this isn't amazing. Like, probably not. Okay, we move on to Baptiste, who has Snowboarder. I mean, we see the snowboard, the fold-up snowboard, that's kind of cool. Boots kind of make sense for him. He's always had big, bulky boots because he's got those exo boots. Now, that's kind of the opposite of snowboard boots. Snowboard boots are easier to move around in than ski boots, but they're still, you know, nothing like wearing hiking boots or sneakers or whatever for mobility. And Bap is pretty mobile with those exo boots, but that's okay. I do like the snowboard. I like this color scheme, this white and green here. Green's a favorite color for me. This green is probably a little bit of a darker shade than I'd have gone for, but it's right with the rest of his costume. But overall, I look at this and go, it's solid. It's definitely not going to be something that I expect to stick a ton. He's a little light on skins, though. Let me take another look at him because he was a later released hero, and let's see what he's got to compare that with. He's got Funky, he's got Talon, Pirates, Spec Ops, yeah, Camouflage. This may last just because his skin selection is a little bit weak. I could see this being like a third choice skin. You know, that's sort of about where I'd put it, something like that. It's a little on the plain side, a little bit on the plain side, but I can see this sticking around and this seeing some use, mostly because of a shallow skin selection option for BAP. You won't see this BAP skin in a few weeks. You think so, Congex? I could see that. I could see that, but then we've got other opinions like Malky there who says they like Baptiste's skin a lot. And I think this may stick around because, again, he doesn't have a ton of options that you can go with. Like, if we were to look at Baptiste's skins, we can take a look here. And I'm looking at this and going, Funky is a classic. Funky is going to be around for a while. That I agree with. This will see some, but I don't think it's necessarily better than Snowboarder. Tropical's okay, not necessarily better. Pirate is probably better than Snowboarder. Pirate is better than Snowboarder, but I don't necessarily think it's such a hard win. Spec Ops could be better as well. So I'd say it's probably like the third or fourth best skin that he has. Probably the third or fourth best skin that he has. And something the third or fourth best when it's not, I don't think it's miles ahead of those. I think Funky's a classic. Funky might be quite a bit ahead, but I don't think it's miles ahead of the others, so I could see it sticking around some as people get bored and want to rotate their skins again and there isn't a clear winner. Maybe if someone doesn't have the disco skin. Yeah, there you go. Slaying. Okay, that's a nice pun there. I kind of expected a little more slay though. Like this diva mech does not like. I like the pun. She's slaying, and okay, her mech is going to be a slay, but she's also slaying the opponents. Haha, we like it, we get it. But I don't think they did enough to make her mech look like a slay here. Like it's got, the reindeer horns, like it's the sleigh being pulled by them. It's got the curvature to it that's supposed to clearly be the front of the sleigh, but it's just not quite enough of looking like a sleigh to me. It's got the skates down here that are supposed to be the sleigh treads, but it's still not quite doing enough for me. And I get it, they're in a limited place because, hey, it still has to look like her mech because its hitbox is still going to be her normal skin's hitbox, but it's not quite selling me on it. So yeah. They did enough to change what Diva looks like here, and I think that helps it. This is, a bit of a different look for Diva, where she's got these stockings here, she's got the boots, she's got the different recolored hair there, she's got a bit of an interesting dress. Like, I think this helps the skin, and I think the mech looks different enough that that's kind of interesting. I'm downgrading it for not quite invoking the pun enough for what I'd have liked here, and then Diva's got a lot of good skin, so I don't think that necessarily does it. This is okay, like having the wreath on the back here. I do like that. It doesn't, it's not doing anything that screams slay to me, but I like this one, but I think she's got plenty of better ones. I think this will be popular during the holidays and will be popular during the holidays, and then it'll be gone. I don't think we'll see much of this out of season because she has too many good skins, but it's not a bad skin. It's just on a hero that has too many good skins already. German Girl Diva. There you go. Right, it's a different look for her. Okay. Ice Wrath. I mean, this will be popular. It's gonna hit into too many class fantasy type things of like, oh, it's Cyborg Ninja, but now with ice, and it's got frost coming off of it in terms of the particle effects here, which is pretty darn cool. So I suspect this one will stick around. And Genji has some options, don't get me wrong, and he has similar stuff to this. If we want to go back into Genji, let's actually take a look here, and let's take a look in Genji. He, of course, has the meme. He, of course, has Blackwatch. I thought he had something more similar to that already. Different element, but I thought he had something. Am I just misremembering? No, he doesn't. Okay, then that's going to be more popular than I thought. I thought he already had something that was fiery. Maybe it was an event skin, and that's why it's not in my list. I don't remember. I thought he had something that was like this, but more fiery already, but this will be popular. I can't imagine this not being popular for for the type of person that wants to play Genji, that wants to be that ninja. Ooh, now they have ice powers. For sure. Yeah, I'm surprised that Genji doesn't have a little bit more skin-wise. Reindeer. Okay, Unlike the sleigh, I definitely see the reindeer here. So that works. That works, and that works on a hero that doesn't have amazing options. So that's gonna last for a while. This will see use. Let's go back and look at. We've got the reindeer carrying the presents. We've got those. We've got the fluffy tail. We've got the bright red nose. This might be my new favorite Orisa skin. Let's take a look. So as we go down here, Forest Spirit, I think that's a solid one. Bull Demon, that's okay. Reindeer, Demon. Demon's pretty good. That's okay. Immortal's solid. Null Sector's okay, as is the... Then we're just into basic stuff. I think Reindeer's my new favorite. Yeah. I think Demon would be probably its best competition, but I think Reindeer is, this is going to see a lot of use even past the holidays. I would be surprised if it doesn't, but that's not terribly surprising. Orisa finally getting a good skin is maybe more surprising than that a good skin is going to see use for her past the holidays, because she is someone who... a lot of people think of her as boring, and anything to make her a little bit more interesting helps, but also because she's boring, I think, a ton of people don't strongly, closely identify with her, and that's caused her to get less attention than heroes like Mercy, Diva, Tracer, that sort of thing. Meme skin, but the Forest and Demon skins are better. I don't know about that. I like Forest Spirit. I do like Forest Spirit, and I think Demon is comparable to this. I don't know that I'd consider them strictly better, though. Like, I don't think you can put this in meme skin category. I think those are good skins, too, but I think this is a perfectly valid skin year-round. Yeah, as good as Feral Spirit. I'd put it there. Okay. So that brings us to our last new skin, which is Snowman Hammond. But do you have sound effects like Cue Ball Hammond? Okay, so we're here. Your presents were ammo. That's a good present these days with the ammo shortages. So Hammond's got a pretty cool gift there. And then we look at this. You've got your top hat just like glued to the top of the thing upside down. Okay, I like it. I like it. And I kind of need to see it in ball form. Like, I really do need to see it in ball form to know how much of a snowball this is, because like there's so much wooden brown right here that's kind of going to break the immersion. The rest of it is going to be pretty snowbally, like, oh my goodness, it's an avalanche, it's a snowball rolling down a hill at me, like, that's going to be great, but we've put a little too much when it goes into ball form. This is going to kind of ruin the effect. Just give us snow. I don't care that it looks like the abominable snowman. I mean, getting to switch between, it doesn't really look like a snowman, but being like the abominable snowman and the beginning of an avalanche, switching between those two things would have been fun. You can have this wooden look on these parts that get hidden when you're in ball form, but I'd have liked this stuff to be more snowy, personally. But this is great. This is great. Because strictly, and it's great because of the ball form. If we look at Ball's other skins, we can take a look here. We can see this, I think, is going to be good. Jack-o'-lantern exists and is obviously a reasonable choice. Sure. Mayhem Junker stuff, but really what it would be... Where is it? Oh, do I not have it? Oh, it must have been another event one that I don't have. Okay, so we know that there are good ones here. It's annoying to not be showing the ones that I don't have there, because Cue Ball or whatever it's called clearly isn't here. And even if I can't ever get it, I would like to be able to see it for comparison purposes. That's annoying. Okay, so let's go back to what's new. I think that'll be a good one. Obviously, he's got the 8-ball one. He's got the other one that I just pointed to that is solid, where, he's kind of got the punk look with the spiky hair, whatever. He's got that. But I think this will be a good one, and it's going to be fun. Maybe it isn't going to see full-time use, but it's not strictly limited to December. Like, this is very usable when it's winter in general, I think. I mean, the skin that I'm talking about is the skin that you always hear. You hear it all the time when they use their ult. You hear the sound of breaking on a pool table. Like, here, I may be able to pull it up. Oh, is that just the sound effect I'm mixing? No, I could have sworn we had that. Whatever. I'm mixing it up. If I can quickly pull it up, I'll share. If not, I'll move on. Oh yeah, there it is. Was an anniversary one, it looks like. I'll try it one more time. No, not what's new. Let's go Hammond. Eight ball skin, yeah. I'm blanking. I suppose it was an anniversary one. Not that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's move on here to. Oh, we can. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. We want to go ahead and move on to our emotes. Do we get anything interesting? Snowballs. Snowball firework. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah!
Okay. Okay. Playing the fool. Sounds good. Sure. Less interesting, but fine. Better than Echoes, I'd say. Though I'd say Snowfall also wins of our emotes and victory poses. And then there's going to be a bajillion voice lines that we don't really care about. Sprays, anything interesting? Those are fast. Like, you can't even tell that this isn't... Like, this doesn't even look like the Tracer skin that it's trying to be a spray of. It's just colors. You can't tell... Like, if you're not pulling out the woolness of the sweater there, it's not even the skin. That works. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. And a lava angel. So that's fine. Overall, when we look at these, just in sort of recap, I'd say we got... The emotes are fine. I do like Snowfall. This is totally usable. Peppermint Bark. I think Tracer and Symmetra are boring. BAP is usable, but mostly usable because his skin selection is a little on the shallow side. The Diva pilot looks pretty good here in terms of people are going to like that. The mech looks okay, but I think this is just going to... It's too replaceable. It's too forgettable. She's got lots of good skins. Genji will be a mainstay. We'll see a lot of this. I'm not claiming that this is the most common skin that we're going to see, but we're going to see a lot of this. This is definitely top 3 Orisa skins, and I think it'll be enough people's favorite that we'll see quite a bit of it. And then this is a top tier Hammond skin as well, I think. Like this, it's okay. I think it's going to be better when he's in ball form, but you spend a lot of time in ball form. So yeah. I think we got some actually pretty interesting ones here. Considering we look at those, we've effectively got 2 duds. One, hey, it's good, but she has lots of other good ones. And then the rest are, solid or better. So... That's reasonable, I think, for what we've come to expect from Overwatch content in the form of cosmetics or all that we're looking at. But but hey, it happened. It's a fun one. So what did you guys think? Do you guys think I'm wildly wrong? Do you guys think that hey, they've desperately underrepresented some hero who needs more skins and this would have been the perfect opportunity and you had some great idea? Let me know in chat, or if you're not watching this live, drop a comment below. What do we have? You don't like Genji's helmet. It does have like a feline look to it almost. It's a little bit weird, but I think it'll be fine. I think people will like it enough. It does have a bit of like a dangerous ninja oozing mist and frost and jagged icicle spikes, etc., and those things. And then it's just sort of like, oh look, it's a kitty cat. And that's sort of nature's joke, right? The like thing that would be the most ferocious, most effective, most dangerous hunter in the world, except it's given a 6-pound body, so it's kind of a joke, at least to us humans. But hey, dangerous kitty cat meow. There you go. There you go. Skins are lame now to you just because we already have so many good skins. It's hard for a new skin to beat someone's favorite existing. Yeah, I mean, some people do like change of paces, just like some people like to play a game into oblivion. Other people like to do some video game tourism and jump from game to game to game. Some people are going to like their comfy old favorites, whereas others are going to go, hey, I want to change pace, mix it up every few weeks, that sort of thing. So I think there's still some value, but yeah, it's certainly not real new content. It's sort of the low-hanging fruit. And I think some heroes have better selections. Like, I think you're right. Orisa, for example, has perfectly valid usable skins that are fine, but if you don't like the demon motif, this is a pretty big change. Force Spirit is a little less of a change from her normal look than the other thing. So like, hey, this is some depth. I like Force Spirit personally, but yeah. But I agree, most of the cast already has a very good skin. Though some of them were in loot boxes that are hard to go get now, but that's by design. I think highlight intros are better because you can randomize them. Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that's true. Unfortunately, we only got one of those. I mean, it would actually sort of be nice if you could set a semi-random thing for your skins, right? So you could either set a random or you could set a playlist for your skins, and you could select your playlist, and when you load it into a match, it just sort of pulled one from your list of ones that you dumbed up or something. That might be a nice little quality of life change. Genji Cat now canon. There you go. Silly ones are missing too much in this game. Cthulhu Zen is great, but I'm bored. Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Cthulhu Zen is great. No one watches highlight intros. True. Okay, Apex lets you have up to 8 skins as random favorites. Yeah, that seems like a system. Now, it might be hard to implement from a technology standpoint, but it can't be that hard. And it's something that's related to one of the things that you're trying to make money off of. It doesn't do a terrible job because they're pretty generous with their loot boxes, and then they added the deduping thing, which was weird for a system that's trying to monetize. I'm perfectly in favor of doing that as a consumer. I much preferred not having the extra monetization in the first place, but it seems like that's tied closely enough to their monetization scheme post-release that would have been worth spending some development time on to let you have a randomized feature because you're more interested in getting new skins and adding the new skins if you have a feature that lets you randomize between your good skins like that. That sort of seems like a no-brainer that you'd go do that you'd copy that, especially if other games that are in a category that you compete with are doing that, all that. That's another thing. Apex makes a ton from skin sales, but Overwatch can't do that easily because they already gave it all away for free. Yeah, it was hard, and we know that's why we got Overwatch 2. Like, Jeff might have said Overwatch 2, some of the team might have said Overwatch 2 because they wanted to do a bunch of story elements, that sort of thing, and they thought it would be fun, but I think we know that the reason Overwatch 2 got greenlit at a higher level is because it's a reason that they can change their monetization model and move to passes and things like that, and move to monetization models that are less consumer friendly. Maybe you'd say more consumer friendly because they also lead to us getting more content, but that is up for debate most certainly. We sort of got the promise of, Overwatch would be the complete game as it is. When it came out, and it was going to be hard for them to change that without moving to a new game like they're doing. But it was weird because, and do remember, guys, that like at the time this came out, microtransactions were not as prevalent in mainstream gaming. They were certainly prevalent in what do I want to say? They were certainly prevalent in mobile gaming, but the world has moved pretty fast on the microtransaction thing, and Blizzard was a beloved enough company to get away with having loot boxes in the first place. When EA tried just a few years before them, or even very shortly around their time, it went terribly, but they were able to get away with it in a very, compared to now, consumer-friendly way. So they sort of had to push their own envelope there, and other people got to then go beyond that. But that's how it works. You move the line. If the line of what people will tolerate is here, and you go, okay, well, we're going to go right up to this line and go then, let me do this. If the line of what people will tolerate is here, and you go, hey, we're going to go right up to this line, or maybe we'll go right over this line, whatever, the new line of what people will tolerate, if you get away with it, is going to be over here. And Blizzard sort of went and went and did this, or this, whichever you want to say it, which causes the new line to be over here, which games that came out after them kind of got to take advantage of. Okay. So Blizzard is more greedy in Overwatch 2, I guess. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's hilarious to me that we are getting Overwatch 2 news via LEGO release now. I mean, we are getting it via LEGO release. We're also getting it via here on this channel, us looking at the contenders schedule and them saying nothing about Overwatch 2, and us going, aha, that's Overwatch 2 news. You might not have meant it that way, but that's Overwatch 2 news, that it looks like Overwatch contenders is going to be played on Overwatch 2 like Al, which means your client must be further along than we originally thought, that sort of thing. So there's stuff to do it. There's you get the news however you can when you're starved for it, when you're looking for it. Right. But what they're going through isn't much different than what Riot went through, really. Riot is just putting out content so people are willing to look the other way on Riot. Like, Riot went through very similar things to what Blizzard is going through a couple years ago, but Riot right now put out Arcane. Riot's games have continued to get updates. Riot has released, other games that they've added to their portfolio, like Teamfight Tactics, and you can be hated but put out good stuff, and people will somewhat forget about the hate, or you can not be hated, I suppose. But like you can't miss in both categories. You got to get preferably both, but at least one of them right. Weird how they gave highly veiled Overwatch 2 news. Riot did a lot of things too, but they simply avoided going to court due to settling in time. I mean, Activision tried, and now we have agencies fighting each other with taxpayer money because it's like, no, you can't let them accept that settlement. How dare you? So now we have two different agencies on our dime fighting each other over whether Activision Blizzard is allowed to settle one of the legal troubles that they're in, which is like, oh, yay, you two, thanks. Anyway. Okay. There we go. Anything else I want to catch up here? There's certainly some events with better skins than the winter event. Sure. Had some cold hog and ball torture. I see. We didn't get any Roadhog skin, but Roadhog's had reindeer for his reindeer one for a long time. I could see that going with the snowball here. It's the Owlfire Genji skin. That was it. Thank you. It's the only non-menacing Orisa skin. The reindeer here. I mean, Forest Spirit isn't like super menacing. Okay. That. Oh, Hawk does have the literal snowman skin. You're right. You're right. 2.5 hours to get into Final Fantasy today. Oof, sorry about that, James. Yeah, so most of the internet, and this is a problem, most of the internet runs on AWS, Amazon Web Services. We should probably be concerned about that, just like we should probably be concerned about the fact that most people's index to get around the web is Google. These are effectively monopolies. Like, guys, we've got to like not let this happen. But basically, the internet runs on Amazon Web Services, and so when Amazon Web Services takes hits, which it has been taking, that causes things to go wrong. Like, it's possible Blizzard is being targeted more directly because of the hate of Activision Blizzard right now, related to the legal stuff, related to the frat boy culture, and it goes further than that. But I'm going to be careful with my words because YouTube doesn't like them. It's possible that they're getting a little extra hit from that, but Amazon Web Services for the last week or so really has been having trouble, and again, mostly the internet runs on that. We really need to see a competitor come into a like powerful form and get some mainstream acceptance. And there are competitors. Obviously, Amazon didn't always have and they don't have a monopoly on it now, but they have a big presence there. That is the portion of their company that is really just printing money for them, because they do that really more cheaply than anyone else. They're able to spin up and spin down servers better than everyone else, and on price point, they really have a lot of their competitors crushed. So that's a problem. That's, makes everyone very reliant on, oh, you guys are having trouble. Well, we'll just go over to our backup of, oh, we don't have it. There isn't really a great backup. And so we see lots of people are struggling when they get hit. Temporal web services when. There you go, Starsfeld. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Maybe I should forget this whole Overwatch coaching stuff, and I should move heavily into being that competitor. Except, I'd probably get the routine, do the whole like, oh no, anyone can compete with Microsoft. Someone in their garage can compete with Microsoft. And then you get the Simpsons episode where Homer starts a startup in his garage. It's a tech company, but it doesn't actually do anything. And he's expecting Bill Gates to come buy him out, and instead goons come up and break his legs. But hey, yes. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. I think that's going to do it. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do drop a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. If you want to see more content like this, you know the drill. You can also join my Discord in the description below. See what rates look like for when I'm doing coaching. See what other content I cover. See, you can be there to go, hey, I want to react, become a watcher, get pings when I go live, so you can see, well, what are we talking about? Are we talking about Amazon Web Services? Are we talking about Overwatch skins? Are we reviewing some guide? Are we reviewing professional play? Are we covering the collegiate scene? We do all sorts of stuff here. Are we talking about cryptocurrency? Who knows? Got to join the Discord, see what we're doing, see what we're covering, join for the topics you care about. Okay, that's going to do it. Thanks, guys. Temporal.